guys, I'm the Hacksmith, and this is the very first video for the Call of Duty exoskeleton build I'm making. So this video is going to be about the helmet. So I got some really cool stuff for you guys. We're going to make a helmet with a heads-up display and thermal imaging. So the folks at Masai Helmets sent me a Atomic Man 610 helmet, which just so happens to look a bit like the Iron Man helmet. Complete with visor. So the nice thing about this helmet is the visor is actually pretty far away from where your eyes will be, which means we're going to be able to mount some kind of display inside the helmet to act as a heads-up display. Which brings me to my next cool partnership. Meta Glasses is actually sending me one of their development kit glasses, which is it's an augmented reality glasses kit. It's still being developed, so it's not released to the public yet. But basically it's got two transparent LCDs that go in front of your eyes and can help create an augmented reality experience while you're wearing the goggles. My plan is to fit them into this helmet so we can have a heads-up display for the exoskeleton. So, I won't have those Meta Glasses for another few weeks, and this video would be pretty boring if I just told you about the helmet and my plans. So we got something cool for you. If you guys watched my last video on Predator Heat Vision, it's really cool, you should check it out. You'll know that I'm working for a thermal vision camera for the helmet. So, we're going to test it out tonight using this welding mask instead. So what I've done is I've actually laser cut this little template, which my phone fits onto. And then when you're wearing this, you can actually see the thermal image inside the helmet. So this is just a standard welding helmet, and I've removed the welding glass from the front. And what we're going to do is we're going to use my phone as the display for the thermal imaging sensor. So how it works, this guy goes on here, the phone goes in the hole for it. We attach the thermal image sensor cable. We strap it down. Make some adjustments. It's supposed to come over like that. And place the thermal sensor like so. Tidy up the wires a bit. Alright, so we've cleaned up the wires a bit and we're ready to go. That is awesome. Alright, how about you try? But first, let's turn out the lights. So as you can see, even though we're in pitch black now, you can see me no problem. So, we've arranged a little scenario, and I've got one of my friends who's going to pretend to be a runner, someone who's escaped from prison. And we're going to take him to a forest that he's never been to before, and we're going to see if we can catch him. Let's go to the woods. We're off to the woods. We're going to head a bit deeper into the woods, and we're going to see what this thing can do. The road.
And now you're lost. Great.
So this is Ryan, and he's going to be our escapee for this scenario. So we're going to try and catch him, and he's going to book it. And he might try and play some games with us. He's brought a few supplies, including a thermal blanket that would reflect the thermal camera, some hand warmers to distract us with heat signatures that aren't him. I think it's going to be really interesting. So let's set up and get going. So we're just going to set up the camera now. Slide the camera in here. Oops. Now I can see in thermal.
How does it look?
I'll show you. Alright, so the first test we're going to do is see what a hand warmer looks like. So we're going to turn off the light, and now you can look through the helmet. There's Ryan. Do you have to shake it or something?
No, just expose it to air.
So that's just a little stick of kindling. If you look under it, the thermal image, it's quite the hot spot. Your fingers look pretty cold, Ryan.
I got hand warmers.
Is it warm yet?
Getting there, but not going to show up next to the fire.
Oh, yeah. Take them away from the one. Alright, so fire, very visible. But what happens if we put it out? As you can see, the thermal image still makes it look like it's on fire, but really that's just the heat signature coming off of the kindling. Get ready. All right, let's go.
I don't know if you can see them behind me, but they're actually walking the other direction. I kind of have a bit of a cheat though, because he turns on a light every once in a while to film.
So for now, I have to flip the visor down to use the thermal vision because it's pitch black and all I have is the thermal image. I can't see anything if there's no heat signatures. So I basically be walking around this forest blind. When we actually put the helmet together with the heads-up display, it's going to be transparent, so it's going to overlay the thermal image onto what you actually see, which means you'll be able to use it actively, and you can even like flick it on, kind of like in the Predator movie, how they flip through the different thermal signatures. I think it's going to be really cool, so let's keep going. Must be close. Oh, there he is.
Oh, that is somebody else.
Somebody else? Oh, that's awkward.
I've made it out to a little piece of road here. Prisoners cheat. What can I say? I'm going to take a little hop around outside and come back in on another piece of the forest.
Turn the light off. Alright, we're now recording the thermal image. Look at those leaves. They're warm. Must be really close. I might see something ahead.
While I have a bit of light, I'm going to pull out the mylar blanket here. In theory, this should stop the thermal camera. Makes a hell of a noise, but there you go. A little bit of light. Let's see how it works.
So I think we found our prisoner. Except it looks like he's found himself a thermal blanket. So when we look through the thermal imaging camera, and he's disappeared. Alright, now show your head. Look at that. But again, it's kind of useless if you have a flashlight. Is that a spaceship? Crash landing?
Oh god.
So unfortunately, a foil blanket is very obvious for every other kind of imaging sensor, or if you have a flashlight. So, it's not that handy. The cool thing with thermal cameras though is glass reflects thermal heat, which means if there's a random big piece of glass in the forest and we saw a thermal signature through that glass, it would actually be a reflection. So that's a neat thing. You can actually see around corners using a piece of glass as a mirror. Let that sink in for a sec. What's this? It's the end of a cigarette. We must be close. Those are my knee prints. Now, where did he go? Hey Ryan.
Guess you found me.
Alright, that was pretty awesome. So, when we get the Metaspace glasses and we integrate them into the helmet, we're going to be able to have a heads-up display with the thermal imaging. So, if you guys like the sound of that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share it with your friends. This is only the beginning. And don't forget to check out Masai helmets.